This video is brought to you by Comstar, your friendly communications network for all in your sphere.
Hey, this is Shiver back with another mech ranking video. This time I'm going to be working on 3 versions of the Fire Moth, aka the Dasher in the Inner Sphere. This mech is very unique and one of the weirdest mechs I've seen because it's such a unique little outlier for what it is. It is a 20-ton mech, so it's very similar to the Locust, but it's one of the fastest mechs in the Battletech in this time period of 3050. It's one of the fastest, and we'll get into why it's one of the fastest here shortly. But it also has a lot of weapon systems. For as fast as it is, the amount of weapon systems it has on board terrifies me. So let's get started. It has an armor rating of 76. So very, very low on armor. It has a structure of 75. It has an alpha damage of 46. Damage per second is 14.41. Its weapons heat is 4.85. Cooling is 2. Alpha heat is 20.45, and it can handle up to 50. Its speed, you know what? I'm going to leave its speed for last. It has a weapons range of 945 meters, and it has a sensor range of 800 meters. Now, its speed is 172.85 kilometers. So, in all aspects, it's 173. It has the Clan perk. It has the Omni-Mech perk. It has the narrow profile. And the overhead arms. That's another unique one. Where, as you can see, and if you're listening to this more, its arms are actually above its head, which gives it a greater shot, so it can actually hide itself over a hill. So if it's on a hill, it'll poke those arms over and shoot. So the unit's arms are mounted to project above the mech rather than hanging naturally, making aiming above cover easier at the cost of accuracy. So it does lose some accuracy in it. But its weapons, I don't know why those are the way they are, but whatever. So, alright. It has 3 medium ER lasers, 2 small pulse lasers, 2 ER small lasers, a Clan Flamer. It has a mask, Mach 1. It has ferrofibrous and an internal structure and double heat sinks for its engine. It has 2 extra heat sinks on the outside. It has an 200 XL engine. And this is what brings its speed to this. Now with the mask, it runs even faster. It can go above 200 kilometers an hour. So altogether, this mech is very unique. And it's typically not one of my favorites, but it's such a speedy mech. It could run circles around a Timberwolf, around a Direwolf, around a Marauder, or even an Atlas. And it could even kill them. But it's still limited on its armor. So, a very interesting battle mech. And we're going to be going to its version A. This is the alpha variant of it. It has the same armor and same structure, but it's got a 9.6 in its alpha strike, a damage of 4 seconds, And it's got a weapons heat of 1.42 and a cooling of 2. And its alpha heat is 3.42 with a heat of 50. It's got the same speed as the first variant, as the prime configuration. But it's got a weapons range of 472 and a sensor range of 1000. This version is a support mech. This is all it is a support mech. So it has a tag system, an active probe, clan missiles, SSRMs with 1 ton of ammunition, and it's got a clan AMS system. This one is not a hard-hitting mech at all. It still has its mass system, so it's basically everything is the same on this except for its weapons platform, and it has some electronics that help it, which is the Beagle Active Probe and the AMS. But it only has one weapon system. But it does maintain the mask, which gives it that superior speed. But the difference between this variant and the first one that we looked at is the fact that it is a support mech. This one's not meant to be a fighting mech, so it's set up for that support. Other than that, this version of it is not very good because of the lack of armor. If you want a support mech, I would think it should have more armor on board. But that's just me. If you like this version, that's awesome. But to me, this version of the Fire Moth is not a good version. Now we're going into the Bravo. And again, same armor, same structure. It has an alpha damage of 19. It's got a damage per second of 7.49. It's got a weapons heat per second of 1.6. And its cooling is 2. It has an alpha heat of 5.7. And it has a heat that it can manage to keep is 50. Same speed. Weapons range is 756, and it has the 800 meters. So this version is a little bit more of a support mech again, but a little bit more bitey than the last one. And the reason I say that is it's got 2 clan medium pulse lasers and 2 clan machine guns with 1 ton of ammunition. It still has its mask, which means it can still go over 200 kilometers an hour, but it has an ECM. So this variant is a good support. Another good support, but it's just not... Out of all the Fire Moths we've done so far, the first one is the big, hard-hitting version. I may go ahead and do the rest of them. Alright, I've decided to do all 6 of them together. Now, the first one I did was not the Prime configuration. That was actually -1. So it's actually a different version than the Prime. I'll be doing the Prime here shortly. But we are going to go to the Dasher or Fire Moth C, Charlie version. Same armor, same structure. It has 12 damage for its alpha and a damage per second of 3. It has a weapons heat of 0.86 and a cooling of 2. Alpha heat is 3.42 and a heat of 50. It still has the same speed. 945 is in meters of its weapons range, and its sensor is still 800. This variation, the Charlie version, has the clan AMS, and it has 2 clan LRM5s. but it has 2 tons of the AMS and it has 2 tons of LRMs. It still has the mask, which allows it to go a lot faster. This variation of it is a long-range support. So it's not the strongest variation. Again, the Fire Moth is not going to be a very strong mech, but it will be a good support. For one thing, its speed. Again, I'm going back to its speed because that is its biggest asset as a fighter. So Charlie is a long-range harasser. Next is Delta. And Delta is got the same armor setup, same structure setup. It has an alpha damage of 37, a damage per second of 8.31. It has a weapons heat of 5.09. Its cooling is at 2.2, and it can handle, and it's got an alpha heat of 26, and it handles 52 instead of the 50. Same speed, 945 is its range for its weapons, and its maximum range, and sensors range is 800 meters. Again, this is very close to the 1 version. On this one is different because it has one more external heatsink, and it has 5 Clan ER medium lasers with 1 Clan flamer. Other than that, it's relatively the same as the 1 version. So this one is pretty much a downgrade to the FMT-1, but it's still a very good battle mech, and it still is a harasser. This thing could harass you all day long. So the Fire Moth is unique. I will specify that. Next is the actual Prime configuration. And the Prime configuration is set up with the same armor, same structure. It has an alpha damage of 38, a damage per second of 9.58, and the weapon's heat is 3.864. Its cooling is at 2. It has an alpha heat of 16.44. Can handle up the same as the other ones except for Delta. Same speed, same range for its maximum, 945, and it has 800 meters, just like all the rest of them. Except for the one that has the Beagle Active Probe. So, this variation has basically everything for its armor, structure, double heat sinks, XL engine. All that's the same. Its weapon systems, it's got 2 Clan medium lasers and 1 Clan SRM and 1 Clan SRM6, and the other Clan SRM is a 4. So, bleh. And it has 2 tons of ammunition for its SRMs. So, this is the Prime configuration of the Fire Moth, or Dasher, whichever you want to call it. Personally, the Fire Moth is a very unique mech setup. I enjoy it if I ever piloted it, but I'm not much of a pilot for this thing because I'm not big on fast mechs. I'm big on lighter mechs. I'm bigger on armor than I am on speed. Now, speed does rule the battlefield, and I will admit that speed does rule the battlefield, But if you also have armor, armor is also going to rule the battlefield. So it's kind of a mixed bag for me. So these are the Fire Moths. These are awesome battle mechs. But not my cup of tea. As their ranking goes, for a light battle mech that can hit pretty hard or be a good support, I actually do give this mech a 6.5 overall. The two I will actually rank the highest is kind of the Prime and the FMT-1 and the Delta version. I would give them a little bit higher at a 7. Just because they're a little bit more hard-hitting, but their armor still lacks. And for me, armor is something I prefer over speed, but there are a lot of people that actually like speed over firepower or armor. Now, if you have a mix of them, like the Timberwolf, that's actually a very awesome battle mech because it's got the mix of speed, firepower, and armor. For 20 tons, this actually is a good setup. It doesn't have a lot of armor, and you wouldn't suspect it to. The only bad thing about these types of mechs is their XL engines, but I understand why they have them. It allows them to have more weapon systems. But overall, the Fire Moth is a decent mech, and I enjoy it if I do pilot one. But like I said, it's not my cup of tea all the time, so I do kind of stay away from them. But that is the Fire Moth, and I will catch you all next time. This is Shiru, signing off.
This video was produced by Comstar.